Hey everyone, I'm Team 10 investigator Adam Rakusin. It's noon today on Monday. Happy Monday. Today we're talking California gun laws and a potential update coming to a current gun law. I want to tell you earlier today we heard from Ron Marcus, who was the head of San Diegans for gun violence prevention. Now the guest to my left is Gina Roberts, board member for San Diego County Gun Owners.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us here.
Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have the conversation. I want to tell you why we're here and kind of how we got here. Real quick, California lawmaker today is introducing legislation to correct what he believes is a flaw in the state law that allowed the accused Poway synagogue shooter, John Ernst, to buy the AR-15 style weapon that he used in that deadly attack. My colleague John Horn earlier this morning discovered that Ernst bought the gun using an invalid hunting license. Ernst was only 19 years old and the license didn't take effect until July 1st of 2019. So in California, you are allowed to have a hunting license if you are under the age of 21 but over the age of 18. Gina, I want to talk to you a little bit about what do you think of the current regulations of the hunting license exemptions?
Well, first of all, the way that the hunting license licensure is set up is that you go online. Basically, I did it this morning just to make sure that I was up to date on it, and you file. Basically, you have to take a hunter safety test, and when you get your hunter safety certificate number, you can apply online for a hunting license. That basically the hunting license period is from the 1st of July to the 30th of the following June, and so to get the hunting license online, most hunters go and buy it early, so that way they can have the opportunity to apply for tags and do everything else that they need to do to actually legally go hunt. And that's what, first of all, I want to say I'm not in any way proposing that John Ernst did anything correct in terms of what he did in Poway. But in terms of how he applied for the hunting license, it was actually just the standard procedure. And you go online, you get the hunting license, you can buy it up to 6 months early. You can actually buy a current year one at that point in time. That would be applicable from the previous June or previous July to the end
into
of
this
June.
one. So
it basically, you prove your, you show your license or you show your ID. You have to have all your ID checked out. You have to have your hunter safety test done. So basically, what he had was a valid license that the effective date wasn't.
the effective date was that July 1st,
yeah,
not
the hunting season actually
backdated.
started the 1st of July.
So the way that I understand this update, which is being proposed, is currently, so when he would have purchased it, the gun shop really just had kind of a little box to mark down, okay, verified hunter license.
And they actually have to copy it.
And they have to copy it.
Right.
Okay, so this update that's being proposed would say once that paperwork is done, then it would go to the California Department of Justice, and then the Department of Justice and Fish and Wildlife would have to have a conversation and say, okay, does the date of this match the age of this, and is this license actually valid? Something which might not have been happening.
Well, that's true. There was probably no back check on that. However, the way the system is set up now, at the time he had that license, it was valid. It just wasn't effective for hunting because it was for the 2019-2020 hunting season. But you can buy those permits like 6 months early, and you have to prove all of your all the licenses, all the requirements to get that license.
So in your mind, should somebody who has it in that time frame, so if it's a couple months off from when the actual hunting season starts, should they be allowed to go purchase that type of
if I was planning
weapon?
a hunting trip starting the 1st of July and I didn't have a gun that I was going to use in that hunting trip, I'd want to go buy that gun. If I was, I don't have that problem because I'm obviously over 18 and under 20. But the biggest problem here is that we're basically we're creating a second class of citizens. And that's a perfect thing. For me, it doesn't have any effect for this young man between the age of 18 and 20. Again, I don't appreciate what he did with his equipment, but what I do appreciate is that he did follow the law to get the gun that he bought. And if that would have been brought up, he could have bought a hunting license that was good in the previous year.
The previous year, but not the one moving forward. So the question that one might ask is, why not just wait until July 1st? You have this. What's the harm in just waiting till that July 1st date anyway? Why can't you wait until the start of the hunting season to purchase a hunting
Well,
weapon?
because if the hunting season starts on the 1st of July, you want to be ready.
Okay.
But I mean, that wasn't his goal anyways. But you know, obviously he had some premeditation going on and some evil thoughts going on up to and including the fact that he has been alleged to have set the fire at the mosque, or at the, I believe it was a mosque in Escondido. But you know, changing this law isn't the solution because it's just, you know, all he did was use the system the way it was supposed to be set up. And again, I'm not defending him. I just want to make that clear that you're not going to change the law that's going to make any real difference.
Sure, it's not a defense of him, but you're saying the way that it is how, you know, that
Yeah, he did follow the rules.
follow the rules of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gina, thank you so much for joining us today and talking
That
a
it?
little bit about this new regulations, new introduction that we're hearing. So again, this is a new bill that was being authored that would require either the dealer of a location to submit a copy of the hunting license or its identification number and valid dates to the Department of Justice for verification. Reporter John Horan's going to have much more on that coming up tonight at 4, 5, 6, 7, basically any 10 News newscast. So check that out. You can also check it out online at 10news.com, and you can see the other Facebook Live conversation that John had earlier with Ron Marcus. So, Gina, thank you so much for having this conversation. Thanks for sharing your side of this.
Some more stuff I'd like to say, but that's okay.
I appreciate it. Thanks for watching 10 News today, guys.
Have a great
Take it
day.
easy.